Welcome to Headlining with PrincessPako. Happy New Year! Unfortunately, New Year, New Me does not apply to the news. Here are some stories that would be following us into the fresh year. Always want to start on a positive note. The Nigerian army successfully cleared out Boko Haram members from the Sambisa forest and reclaimed it, stating that that area would be used to train soldiers in the future. Excellent job. Unfortunately, of course, Shekau is not one to be undone, and he did release one of his mumbo jumbo videos saying, "If you indeed crushed, how can you see me like this?" Definitely more on that story in the months to come. Sadly, the year also ended with a wave of recent killings in southern Kaduna, going as far back as October, which garnered what seems to be no response from the president or the presidency, leading CAN, the Christian Association of Nigeria, to call the president's silence an endorsement for the killings. However, the president's special advisor on media and publicity said in a video interview that the president cannot respond to every single thing going on, which probably is the reason why Mossad called on the US President-elect Donald Trump to save them from the injustices, wicked policies, and the mass killings also going on in the Southeast. Did I mention that Trump is going to be president and is going to be elected this January? Silverbird held their annual award-giving ceremony, and of course, Governor Willie Obiano of Anambra State emerged as Silverbird Man of the Year. Congratulations to him for doing exactly what he's expected to do as an elected governor of the state. Speaking of governors that don't do what they're expected to do, in the same breath that he declared a 2-week public holiday, new Governor Rochas of Imo State bemoaned how hard it was to pay salaries and pensions with this recession floating around in the air, which is quite curious considering a report was released that he actually asked pensioners to forgo a large part of what they were owed and actually signed that they were paid everything. Despite it all, Imo State was able to celebrate the holiday period in style with an Imo State festival that was paid for in cowries. Arik Airlines was also in the news with their less than impressive service to Nigerians who somehow continue to buy their tickets and continue to patronize them, and the federal government fan has seemed to not stepped into the situation, and some upstanding citizens took things upon themselves in this new year. Of course, there was a lot of good news that ended 2016 and began 2017. The one-time governor of Delta State was released from his very long vacation in London. Rumor has it, the governor may be running for Senate in 2019. And of course, everyone was jubilating. We'll keep up with that story very closely. The Nigerian budget for 2017 was also released with a very large, yummy figure. And we're hoping no budget padding would take place this year. Fingers crossed. On the international scene, the Pope left us with a very heartwarming message. He urged for action to be taken for youth unemployment. Ding, ding, ding. Word to Nigerian politicians, the Pope is talking. The Pope is talking. Let's hope they listen. Considering how many youths lost their jobs in 2016, contrary to the campaign promise of more jobs being created. But hope is not lost. A campaign promise that is being actualized is the 5,000 that was promised to poor Nigerians. We're wondering if it's feasible to maintain, considering how many more Nigerians are now poor as well. Let's ignore the fact that it is better to teach people to fish rather than to give them fish. Ignore the fact that it is a program that seems very unlikely to last that long, considering how much it would cost to give every poor Nigerian. Is it just gonna be once, or is it gonna be a monthly thing? And with the price hike of things in Nigeria, is 5,000 really enough for poor families? Let's hope so. We'll be following up closely on that story. The Senate president also started a new campaign, which is to promote made in Nigeria products. You too can get in on the fun, get in on the action, and hopefully not be one of those that will be paid $5,000. Well, that's all for Headlining with Princess Pako. I'll be around with more news because there are always gonna be headlines.